Holy shit, bro. Some of these dumb. Look at essentially what he says.
Players like Magnus Carlsen or Hikaru Nakamura are not there because they're the best at chess, but because they had enough support from the parents and the sponsors.
Okay, so fuck me. This has got to be one of the most brain dead things. Like, okay, so yes, Magnus Carlsen's dad was a 2000 FIDE player, and obviously I always say that too. Like, it depends how much you play. If you played as much as them and studied as much as them, that would obviously play a role, and you'd be like 2000 plus. So it sort of demystifies chess, and it sort of kills the fallacy of we're kind of caught between two fallacies here. It kills the fallacy that, you know, oh, you could never be a grandmaster. Oh, there's only 2,000 grandmasters in the world and things like that. And it sort of hurts the notion that, like, oh, there's as many, you know, there's more billionaires than there are grandmasters. But it assumes that many people are trying. Not everybody's trying to be playing chess and be good at chess. But on the flip side, of the millions of people who do try it or pursue it to some extent, it's not like you'd be guaranteed to get there. So what he's doing is he's using an outlying factor, but he's saying, see, he's wrong immediately when he says Magnus and Hikaru. You could play as much as Magnus and Hikaru. You could play and study more than Magnus and Hikaru. You could be born into the same family with the same father, with the same influence, with the same coach, and you would not be Magnus Carlsen. That's the difference, right? Now, you might be a very good player, and you might be a lot closer. You'll be 2400, who knows? So then it doesn't seem as impressive or as outlandish that he's there. But this is stupid because he's using sort of a necessary element. Of all the chess players who are good, yes, a lot of them do have certain advantages. Like, their parents play the game, they're passionate about the game, they could teach them, they could have coaches, they could have financial stability. That's all the things he's going to say here. But those are an equalizing factor. Then once you have that playing field, some people are going to be 2800, some people are going to be 2400. It doesn't mean you'll automatically be the best in the world. So you're already wrong by bringing up the two outlying extreme examples in Hikaru and Magnus. So that's already a clown take. And then
Not phenomenal players, but Magnus had the constant support of his family financially.
Again, assume everybody has that. Okay, everybody who's a good chess player has the financial support of their family. But so what? That doesn't mean anything. Like, that means you at least have a chance to be successful, but there's such a gradation to it, right? Again, using Magnus here is stupid. Use some random 2200 rated player. How come this guy's 2200 and nobody else is, or the average person isn't? It's because they could pursue the game, because they had the influence in the game, because they had financial stability. Like, that's such a stupid thing. Hey, Stars, how's it going? Yeah, this is like one of my earlier streams of late. Again, assuming everybody has that.
For chess growth. That means if you are in a third world country,
oh my god,
getting to the top are very low, since kids your age with more money and more support will already have a way higher rating.
See, it's such a stupid way to, like, you really think money, time is a bigger factor, I would say, than even money. Yes, a coach would help, other things would help, but if you just simply put in the time, which even in poor situations, not that I'm saying that that's preferable, but you might still have free time. Kids all around the world often have free time, unless you're, you know, it's some sort of child labor thing. It's like, you are still going to have time. So you want to sit there and play a board game instead of doing something else. Like, it's still the amount of time you choose to commit.
Grandmasters is because parents support them, but when they get to 18, that's when most of them fall off, since they need to get a job and support themselves.
That might be true at the mid-level, right? Like, for people who aren't the ones that you're showing here, because the ones you're showing here would be making a living from chess, right? These are like super grandmasters. But yes, that's true. Like, let's say you get to, that's Alex Botez, literally Alex Botez. You go to Stanford and you're a 2000 FIDE player, but you don't pursue it because you want to pursue your career. And even if that turns into, oh, streaming for money, right, that would have been the excuse she could have used if she didn't become a streamer, that, oh, I have to do a job, so that's why I didn't pursue chess, and that's why I didn't get past 2000 FIDE, because I had to support my family and I have other priorities in life. But this is one of the most triggering videos ever. You're talking very fast. Chess is not pay to win, I know, but this video is just so stupid that I got triggered by it, so I wanted to react to it. But what he's saying applies to pretty much everything ever, right? Like, if in sports, I think my friend said this, but I don't like to show his comments and steal them. I'll try to paraphrase it. Basically, it's like, look, dude, in anything, if you have, okay, time would benefit you in anything that you do, whether you play sports, whether you have a career in a field, whatever it might be. So if you had free time, which kids often do, that's a plus. So I even argue against the idea that, oh, kids are better at chess inherently. Like, oh, they learn better and things like that. All it overlaps is that usually people who are good at chess are going to start young and have more time to study and play. and also kids in general have more time. So it's both a head start because you started earlier than somebody who's like an adult learner, let's say. And then the flip side is you also typically have more free time as a kid that adults like myself, I can appreciate that, don't have, right? So that one last point is kind of valid, but again, using these better players, let me watch it again actually.
Carlsen or Hikaru Nakamura are not there because they're the best at chess.
But they are, because again, other people under the same conditions as them, arguably, or even better circumstances, like wealthy people, people with tutors, do not get to this level because very few people do.
The sponsors.
Like, I just feel like this could apply to almost everybody.
I'm not
So,
saying they're not
and
phenomenal.
it also applies to every single field to the extent that, again, you might have a tennis coach, you might have a piano coach. It's like one of those excuse making things, like where people say, oh, the reason why I didn't become a big time musician isn't because, oh, I didn't have talent or put the effort. Oh, it's because I didn't have the right. I always use like some phrase like this. I didn't have the right instrument. I didn't have the right tutor. I didn't have enough time. I didn't have the resources, or oh, somebody was holding me back. It's like all these fucking excuses that people want to make. I had, you know, I didn't have the money to buy this fancy guitar, and that would have made me famous, or that would have made me successful. Like, it's not the tool that's gonna make you do it. So there's always some, you know, thing holding you back. Like, oh, haha, I was using my shitty Blue Yeti mic to stream. That's why I didn't make it big. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't let that stop me. I'll still stream regardless whatever shitty thing I have or whatever, you know, scuff setup, no face cam, even if that's deliberate. So there's something about it that's just like, dude, slow down. Yeah, this is my React content style. Yeah, we can play in a second. Hang on. Wait, are you even on here though? I think you're only on chess.com, right? We can still play, but yeah, see, that's like my calculation. It's literally this speed. But no, yeah, I'm not even really processing what happened here. One of these games actually blundered my queen too. Okay, I'll go on there. But yeah, basically the whole point of that was just to show what a stupid thing it is. And again, that would work in any context. You know, oh, the only reason why this person became a professional athlete is because they had a coach and they had a parent who was an athlete and all those kind of things. And even that, you could argue genetic advantages, physical advantages. But with something like chess, it's hard to argue that for the simple fact of, you know, you're looking at it like anybody can just sit there for hours a day and study and just learn. Like, oh, I can't afford chess books. I can't afford the fanciest chess set. I can't afford a chess tutor. Like, all these kind of excuses. There are plenty of people who do that without those things too, right? So that's, first of all, not a good example. But even if you say, okay, that gives you advantages, like, what area in life would that not apply to? And it would probably apply to chess a lot less than other areas. Like, you know, you would have to, it's just so idiotic. You would have to basically look at it like, I don't know, just anything you do, you go to a better college because you had more money, or you can afford tutors and other, you know, in your school subjects, or you can afford better resources, technology for whatever it is that you're doing, a better racket, a better, you have your personal facility at your house, like a swimming pool, so you want to become a swimmer. Like, I don't know why, it's just annoying. Okay, hang on, I'll go on chess.com. That's the one form of React content I should do, is when I get triggered by something that much.